Hi, welcome to your video host, Texas Lone Wolf 73, source for red pill truth, nothing sugar coated. The current topic that MGTOW men always talk about on social media is marriage. Avoiding getting married. See, when a man and a woman gets married on a piece of paper, they also married the state. Guess what? The state ain't gonna lose no money out of this. They said we got us a big fish to fry. So, depending on how this is gonna go, all right? Depending on how it's going to go. All right, are you ready for it? It depends on how it's going to go, really. Divorces, man, they make billions of dollars a year, but they're all part of the same club. Family courts, family law, and they make a lot of money. So really, they make a lot of money. So litigation, alimony, etc. They make money. Even so, just take a good look at this. Even celebrities can't even keep a family together. Even family like Al Pacino and The Lover of many years. Here, let me show you something. Let me show you this here. This is gonna blow you away. Al Pacino is one of the actor in Scarface and some other movies that he had made in the movie industry. Became famous and saved up a lot of his hard-earned money. And the 83-year-old has got to pay child support. Why in the world would, Nor Afala, they call her the Bad Bunny, okay? She's 29 and he's 83. They got married and tied the knot. Then she bore him a son named Roman. And look at this. Even the state got in there. They made money off of the divorce. They made money off of this. You see what I'm saying? The state made money off of this. The lawyers made money. Then the woman made money. And guess who lost out? The father lost out. He's got to cough up money after money after money. So guess what? I don't know what state he's in. Insider learn has agreed to pay Nor Afala $30,000 a month in child support. So if we were to actually do the number on a year basis, if we have to do it times, he has to pay $360,000 a year. And then he has to cough up $110,000 for her to find a place to live. Probably predominantly in California where everything is sky high, so to speak. So, men, if you're up in age of 80-something years old and you decide to get with someone that is 29 and y'all go to have fun in the bedroom, that person is young enough to be your grandchild. And then you sire a child with her. Okay? The kicker is the state's going to make money off you. Oh, yeah. If it's tied to a divorce, the state's going to make money. They're going to get their little hands on that greenbacks. That's why the marriage rate declined in the U.S. Get this. The court papers filed in the Supreme Court of California. Oh, my God. The judge ruled that 83-year-old Pacino and 29-year-old Afalo would share joint custody of their son, Roman. That Afalo would have primary physical custody of the child. I kind of suspected that this was a California news. But also California is known as the Silicon Valley, so to speak. So Representative of Pacino declined to comment the matter to Insider Friday. The representative, a lawyer, so to speak, declined to comment. Get this. In addition to $30,000 a month in child support, Oscar-winning actor would have to pay Afala an extra payment of $110,000, the court document said. The imputed judgment against the father of the child, 83-year-olds, so to speak. He should be enjoying his life on the money he made and not worry about making babies with young women. But yet, he chose to do this. He probably saw as an opportunity used by the family courts to finesse by a young woman. And there are gold diggers out there. And they walk amongst us. Gold diggers use their body to produce another human, then use the family court. There is serious need of family law reform in the United States in order for men to tie the knot. This gynocentric system of society is flawed to the point that it makes no sense. Man is like, I might as well just be single. I might as well just share my money with the other fellow brother and not worry about sharing it with the state and have the state dictate what I can do with my hard-earned money that I worked all my life for. And the assets of the man gets divided. Just like this is what you call wealth redistribution. It's pretty close to communism, if you ask me. In court papers, as long as the Scarface actor is alive, he will have to make yearly deposit of $15,000 for college savings account for Roman. Wow. On top of that, they even ruled, check this out. He had to pay 100% of all health care costs for Roman, not covered by insurance, as well as 100% of Roman's mutual agreed upon extracurricular activities and lessons. Wow. Look at this. The court papers see as Serpicil acted follow reached a compromise amount of child support and interest of a peaceful resolution consistent with a desire to maintain an amicable relationship for the best interest of their minor child. Did you know she filed for physical custody of Roman back in September? Al, at the time, Rep. for Al Pacino told his the couple was still together. You see, she filed for divorce. She filed for physical custody of the child. And the courts awarded her custody. Al and Noor have successfully worked together and mutually agreed their child Roman Pacino, okay? He also fathered to 22-year-old twins, Olivia and Anton, whom You're welcome with a former girlfriend, Beverly D'Angelo, and a 33-year-old daughter, Julie, who shares with an act. Oh, wow. Wow. You know, men like this never learn to keep it in their pants and enjoy their retirement, but instead just going letting these women finesse them with court-ordered papers, children support and stuff. The state is making money hand over fist. Oh my God. So, this is on Reddit. Some say family law can be lucrative. Others say it's certainly not. What's the deal, seriously? Well, I'm 31 who would be clerking for a judge after graduation. Wow. Primary practice law as a solo attorney one day. And they make a killing in family. Some attorneys, they want to make a killing in family law if done right. So, yes, who pays the cost? Usually the father pays the cost, right? Other attorneys vehemently disagree because you know what? They don't want the secret to get out. You see? They don't want the secret to get out. It's typically a response like, perhaps you should do something more lucrative. Maybe do family pro bono. Really? Oh, they don't want the secret, the cat out of the bag. If you like it that much, you don't know how much family do well. They do norm or exception. So, here's the deal. They're going to make the respondent pay majority of the cost. Usually they're going to be the father. All right? Look at this. This, it can be tricky sometimes. You have to be a arsehole, a butthole. For example, I had a client who had over $200,000 in investment account. She didn't want to pay. She thought the court would make the husband pay. I was finally forced to file a motion to withdraw to leverage her into paying her bill she built up over 10 months. She paid it and worked out. We were awarded fees that were paid at the beginning of the case, so she seemed to feel like it would happen again. And I felt bad sometimes, and what Stated was doing was flexible with clients who are nice people that are working hard but in a bad situation. So now you need to take a read. We're going to read some more on this, shall we? I also had a creepy pro se episode partying right now. One personally threatening me, and one is on meth, and from a perspective, my fault. She smoked meth. That the court took away 2 of her kids. Now, the system can rule against them women when they're doing bad things, potentially dangerous. So I do make an insane amount of money, LOL. That's confession of an attorney. As for my firm, my age, experience as an attorney, it's a gold mine if you learn tricks about making sure you get paid, collecting from deadbeat clients, garnishing opposing parties. Effectively, in your awarded fees, it takes a toll on you mentally if you're not careful. There are plenty of money to be had and endless supply of clients. If you're a brand new attorney and someone contacted me through AVO about 3 weeks after I got my license and hired me, which seemed crazy to me, it seemed to hit the ground running. So, this is a confession of an attorney right here. So, don't take my word for it. We're reading about a potential attorney bragging about a gold mine, how if it's done right in the family law. You see, I did a video a while back on divorce. You got the jugglers, jokers, and the clowns in the circus making money. And the victim is the man and the woman and the child is the victims. And pretty much the man is the victim because, yeah, he's over there have to pay most of the cost associated with the said divorce. And the judge has got to make his money. The attorneys make their money. they're going to get paid regardless. You see? I probably worked 20 to 30 active cases in one time. 10 were cases I brought in myself or originated. The others are cases I helped the boss, more experienced colleagues handle. Simply divorce, aka young couples, no assets, marriage, short time, no animal needs issue, no kids. Probably finish up anywhere from 8 to 10,000 a month. Can go all the way up to 250,000 if each party is a lunatic, and they already have the money, kids, instance problems, substance problems, business assets. That stuff requires multiple experts. So we're talking forensic accountants, you name it, experts. They're going to get their cut out of that deal. Nothing on some case seems like we come out comfortably on top of every month, and at the end, all you do is have to sell your time, so you end up working a lot. And there are a lot of child-related cases you go on for 10 plus years cases. With the right cocktail of crazy kids, parents with resources will end up being the most profitable kind of case, because it will go on for years and years. It's profitable to the lawyer. He's over here. We are getting the testimony from a lawyer. Okay? Edit just a tip. I would recommend it starting out solo. The amount of stuff you need to learn is incredible. It is invaluable to have an experienced attorney take you under the wing and to show you the ropes. I work with persons who started solo, moved to our firm. That person is quality work knowledge, but it's not as good as what I observed my other colleagues produced. Oh wow, some great advice there. Post saying get as much as you can up front. I can't stress this enough. This is a confession of an attorney. That's a confession of an attorney. Attorneys make their money. You know, you have a chance of being sued and go to court than you do being deleted in life. So right here in front of your screen is the confession of an attorney. Take note. Family law and criminal law have one thing in common. You need to get as much money as possible up front and expect that you will get burnt on your bill a lot. You will need to file, you will need to field many calls from people who have real issues but cannot afford a counsel. You should do your part by offering some free reduced service, aware many of those people will become your most high offering some free reduced service. Be aware some of these high maintenance demanding clients because they don't attribute value to service they're not paying for. So, oh yeah, that's a confession of a attorney as well. Also, you'll find no shortage of clients who will tell you money is no object. I will go to war with their ex over your advice. They will consume entire days of your time and refuse to listen to reasons why you tell them their bills exploding. The Venn diagram of those who later refuse to pay the bill because you charged me all this money, I got nothing for it, is a perfect circle. Beware of this client and make them put their money where their mouth is before you get immersed in their nonsense. Oh, that's another attorney telling you, in order for them to defend you, you're going to have to cough up the goods up front. Let me tell you something. Let's take a good look at Casey Anthony. That is another incident. But the state paid for that court case against that female who, or whatever the case is with that Casey Anthony trial. That Casey Anthony trial. That was a circus court in Florida. They played that out, and a lot of people got hurt in that process. family law is not a very complicated area of the law, just getting paid up front as much as possible. I've learned the hard way. This is from a attorney in Utah. So this is a confession from an attorney. They want to rake the respondent over the coals to get as much as they can out to, let me tell you, divorce is a money-making racket. When a woman files, she thinks she's going to get some money out of it. But what the woman don't realize is when she files, her income is going to take a nosedive. Long run. Oh, yeah, you're going to get your free money because of peer pressure. Your friends tell you, oh, it's all right. It's okay. You're going to get some money out of the deal. Really? So what's going to happen when a woman hits the wall? Okay, her looks fade over time. Crow's feet sets in. The wrinkles set in. She won't become desirable by other men. And she to go to the club to pick up Poindexter. He ain't going to pay. He's going to get his own drink and enjoy himself. He ain't going to pay for her. Oh, one other thing I'm going to say is there's one woman on TikTok says she does it for sport, marry and divorce for sport. She give marriage a bad name. So when a woman files for divorce, usually the problem has a solution, but they don't want to find a solution. They want to just get out of that problem. Then come to find out when that man rebounds and start doing well, oh, can we have a second go around? That man said, oh, no. You done got burnt me one time. I ain't getting burnt again. No. So family law is euphemism for divorce. Divorce can be highly lucrative. The people who say you should do family law is pro bono, LOL. I rather clean sewer pro bono. Don't know anything about it, but the family law, imagine sweet young lady lawyer filling out adoption forms, speaking to small children, instead of imagining an angry husband and wife using life savings to go to war with each other while lawyers run the meter. So why are men running away from marriage? Take a look at this. This is a confession from an attorney. Divorce could be lucrative because you deal with middle-class people, wealthy people who have assets to spend on lawyers. It's also bet the company litigation for them must defend their assets and assets to their children. I don't practice divorce. I have heard 10,000 to 25,000 legal fees are common. Multiply this by 50 to 100%, you get the picture. Divorce is trivially easy to get into. Anyone can get a job and start practice a few years later. Women get clients as easy as men. Women get clients as easy as men. Did you get that? There's a drawback to divorce. That is extremely unpleasant. People who thrive at having a very cynical attitude, even if they dislike it, except for the money. Oh, wow. Did you get that? This is interesting. Oh, that comment's already deleted. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the confession of a lawyer on divorce. Maybe this video be the top one that's going to go viral. Okay, will you please like and share this video, make it go viral on social media? Listen to me. I know men need representation to protect their assets. I encourage every man to watch this video. What I'm giving you is a confession from a lawyer bragging about how they rake the clients over the coals to make money. There's even divorce lawyers over here sweet talking women into filing, and they know how to play that game. Okay, one of them, hypotyposis wrote this. I'm going to disagree with you on the last part. I practice family law. I love it. Yes, it's messy. But I always tell myself it's not my mess. Okay? Here's the testimony from a lawyer. That greatly helped me separate the stress of my client or feeling from my stress. It doesn't mean I fight less. It means it's not my problem or anything like that. It just means I don't take on their stress as my personal stress. See, we're listed a confession of a lawyer. You see what I'm saying? Oh, this get interesting. Men, I'm doing you a favor. Will you do me a good favor? Make sure you share this video, make it go viral. Tell them your brother, Texas Lone Wolf 73, has got some good stuff on his page on YouTube. I'm here to expose the dark secrets of the state who makes money off of divorces. But remember, women initiate the divorce, usually biggest part of the time. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a little eavesdropping here. Give you the front row ticket to the confession of the prosecuting and the defense attorneys. I'll give you the answers you've been asking for. Okay? So, it is something new, interesting every day. I've been dealing with custody day one, spouse support buyout calculation next, financial tracing reimbursements the next, child support arrears, domestic violence, forceful removal from a house of a spouse who refused to leave post-judgment, tracking down a parent who ran off with a child, talking to police to secure their return. I love that each day mixes it up, brings something new. I've got pretty good at talking to emotional mess out of clients through worst time. It's truly fun and interesting for me. Most of the attorneys in my office tell me they feel the same. Let's see what the reply is. So, look like another attorney said, I'm glad I never did law myself. But yeah, see, they run this meter. That's where they make the money. And you see, it's supposed to be in the best interest of the child, right? So the victim is the mom, the dad, and the child. Now the child's got to be put into the system to be monitored by the state. Because the mom and dad married the state. Now the state's involved in their affairs. Then the child goes to school. The school then notifies the state agency and puts the child in state custody and drug them up and what have you. Using Medicaid to keep this racket funding. Then they hired these experts. And, oh my goodness. Here's another confession from another attorney. Family law pays big bucks, particularly in high-income areas, because there's quite a bit of more to protect and safeguard. Even in non-affluent areas, you get the fair chunk of the change from the practice. The attorney over here is bragging about how he can just get his hand on the money legally. You see, they don't get their hand on the money, but they use the courts to get their hands on the money. You see? Family law does not come with two caveats, one personal, one moral, and the other relevant to your license. That's a confession of an attorney. Oh my goodness. Aren't you glad you're getting a front row ticket to the information on YouTube? Other YouTubers, I encourage you to use my video to make some key points if you wish to share. Coach Greg Adams, all the other YouTubers, if you come across this video and you like it, go ahead, subscribe to it and hit like. Let me know that you like and leave me a comment. And you can feel free to let me know that you want to borrow some of this content. I'm really here to help blow the expose out of divorce in the family courts and who suffers the most. Okay, most family law practice deals with breaking, ending family or relationship. It can and will get sloppy. It'll take a toll on you. You will hear about the abuse and see it derivative of broken families. But see, they cost the broken families, you see. The state costs us this. They make money off it, broken families. So who pays the price? And have to quarterback some heinous allegations between embittered partners. If you make a career without that, then you're living a truly blessed life. The licensed relevant part is you need to understand that family law in many jurisdictions is the second leading cause of bar complaints. Oh, wow. Most often not. In Virginia, at least, it doesn't lead to discipline. But your office bar counsel likely give you a heads up at any point you practice family law. Did you get that? The state's even involved in letting these lawyers know what's up. There's money to be made in divorce. Oh, yes, there's money. But see, it's not only the respondent paying the majority of the cost, so it's the female paying part of the cost through getting some crumbs from the state. You see, if a man and a woman work out their differences and they get married, they work through their problems, then they won't have to go through this mess. See, you putting the state involved in there, they're going to get their money at what expense. And then the woman's going to get the crumbs. The child will get the crumbs called child support. When the child turns 18, the check stop gets collected. Guess what? Then the mom is going to say, damn it, I shouldn't have filed for divorce. I should have worked it out. Then guess what? That man got finished paying his dues. Then his money just takes off. Then he starts getting well off when he was married. Then the woman's income plummets. You see, I'm giving you the front row ticket to the confession of the attorneys on what they do. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and jump into the court and listen to all these little, and remember, the bar counsel expect complaints from crazy divorce clients as long as you are careful not to actually violate any ethic rules. You are fine. I would worry more about crazy divorce clients leaving bad Google reviews than about the bar grievances. Oh, they're going to cover their little backsides. They're going to have the state on their side, giving them the business. The state's going to make the money. The lawyer's going to make the money. The judge is going to make the money. They're going to go laugh on their backside to the bank at the expense of the respondent. Aren't you glad you found my YouTube channel? Aren't you glad you found it? Oh my goodness. Your host, Texas Lone Wolf, is giving you the answers you've been wanting. Who makes the money? Where does the money go? Who gets the crumbs? Who pays the cost? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So guess what? We got to go ahead and take it from the horse's mouth at face value for what it is. Oh, yes. And usually you have to go to social media to get the answers. Ain't that sweet? We just go to the horse's mouth and get the answer. Gonzo Attorney talks about in Reddit. I practiced family law for about 6 years and made pretty good money, around $90,000 in a rural area. I recently took a government job, $61,000 a year, because I could not handle it anymore. I consider myself to be a sympathetic person, and for a while I like helping people with their personal issues. But they will suck you dry to the point where I'd see messages for certain people and my blood pressure would have doubled. I represented one lady for 4 years after a divorce and grossly undercharged her because she didn't have much. She spent 5 minutes yelling at me outside of my office that I did nothing for her. She was going to tell everyone what a crappy lawyer he was. Oh, guess what? Not only the men get the shaft, the lawyer gets the shaft too, representing a female client. I had good clients that weren't enough to keep going. These people expect to be your number one priority. It's exhausting. It's also disgusting watching them use their children as weapons. I didn't have very good support staff. Maybe that made all the difference. Good luck if you decide to go this route. I was headed to rehab or psych ward if I didn't change it up. It takes a toll on an attorney. So I'm just going to go ahead and, tell you. Being a lawyer, you got to see this. Aren't you glad I brought you the answer? Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this to here up. Here's another divorce done without a lawyer. Okay, this is found in Quora. My ex and I decided to divorce and want to keep it friendly because of the children. We got together with our therapist, started talking about how we ended, and quickly talked about how the setting. She wanted the house, so I took our investment. I wanted the Olympic collection in my garage sale business. After that, I wanted my car, and I was happy. I said she could have everything else. It was all just stuff. I wasn't willing to fight over stuff. She took the pets. We split the kids 50-50. If you and your ex are reasonable with each other, you don't need a lawyer. My goodness. Be generous, use a mediator, and you'll save tens of thousands of dollars if you approach that saying, I would have it rather than a lawyer. We both end up happy with the results. Lawyers are paid to keep you fighting. They earn their money by making you miserable. Don't fall into that trap unless you have to. Oh, wow. That's a very, you know, two couples were amicable in their divorce without a lawyer. They were amicable. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I decided to go ahead and bring you the answers from the attorneys themselves. Just remember, the attorneys make a substantial amount of money to keep people fighting. The state makes money on the filing fee and the fees and stuff. And the respondent is the shaft. Usually it's the man that pays all the charges and cost. Very seldom the women pay the cost, but usually it's the man that pays the costs. I want to say thank you very much for, taking the front seat, and be sure you smash the subscribe button, okay, and the alarm bell, and make sure you hit like on the video, because I'm here to give you the source of the red pill truth, nothing sugar-coated. Okay? Until next time, you take care of yourself, take care of others. Peace.